Michigan's Best, and we continue our series, Sweet Treat of the Week, brought to you by Michigan Sugar, makers of Pioneer Sugar. And today we head down to the Detroit metro area to meet with someone who decided to leave not leave the real estate business, but to expand from being a real estate agent into being a cookie baker. And I'm so interested to hear his story. Jeffery Gisstennar with us from Good Cookies. Right. I messed that up, Jeffery.
It's okay. But you got it right the second time. That's
In
good.
the end, I got it right. Well, Jeffery, I love your story of kind of transforming from one career and almost into another. And you said that it came about because you were baking cookies so much for friends and family, and your wife finally said, we got to make some money off this.
Right, absolutely. So just starting out as a real estate agent and then becoming a broker, just the stress of work. Every day I'd come home and, I already love to cook, so I would start making cookies. So I would make cookies, my wife would take them to work and for people just to try them and said that they're great. And it got to the point where folks were like asking, when are you bringing some more cookies? And so I was baking like 7, 8 dozen a week. And then my wife was, she kind of said, wait, if we're going to do this, we need to, get something back for it. So ultimately, probably in 2012, I got a little really serious into it. So I had some folks over to our place, about 20, 25 people, some friends and family. And I baked 9 different cookies, and I put together some cards, some comment cards, and then I had some different names for the business also that I wanted folks to kind of give me their thoughts on the names, or either come up with their own name. That part didn't work out because the names they were coming up with, it was like, no. So they ate the cookies and they loved them. They gave me their comments on the cookies. And then after that, it's funny. I ended up coming up with the name. 2 of my good friends, we were outside, and it was like October, was a little chilly. We were just outside hanging out a little bit, and we were just walking around. Everyone was inside, just kind of cooling off. And so my buddy, he took a bite of the cookie. And he looked at it. He was like, "Wow, that's a good cookie." So I took my phone out and I typed it in my notes and stuff. And then my other buddy was like, "Man, shut up, just eat it." I was like, "That's a great tagline," so I put it in there. So that's how I came up with Good Cookies and Just Eat It. So Dave and Mike are the ones that actually are the ones, and they'll know who they are the ones who got me the actual name. So afterwards, so that was in 2012, about October. The 1st of 2013, I formed the actual company. So I started baking out of my home. Then I started, so when I got larger orders, I would bake out of the commercial kitchens. I would actually lease the commercial kitchens. And
now you're about to open your own brick and mortar store.
Absolutely. So as
you're there right now, right, Jeffery?
I'm here. I am here. This was a labor of love, being a real estate broker, running my real estate company. And then this right here was just something, I love real estate, but this was just something that I could really get into it and say, hey, I can change this, and, make this taste a little better and watch folks really smile. But folks just kept asking me, when was I going to open an actual shop? So finally in 2018, I purchased this building over in Northwest Detroit, over in North Rosedale Park, and purchased the building, a lot, had it since 2018, but was working so much, couldn't get into it. So in 2019, my wife kind of got tired of, checks going out for this place and nothing happening. So we finally, I started working on it in July of 2019. It was an old hair salon, and they kind of left it. It was like they took all their curling irons and left, because the hair dryers, everything were here. So we tore it all the way down to the bricks, got it together. Then we had a couple pop-ups here over the holidays, like November, December of 19. We were pushing forward. Then all of a sudden, we're working in January, then February, COVID hit. So everything kind of came to a screeching halt. So I had some online orders. So I came here, we had to paint. So during the COVID, I came in here and painted everything in here. So when folks come in and see the different colors, I painted every strip in here that you see. So
it's the COVID paint job. Well, just give us a turn around with the computer so we
okay.
can kind of take a look at it. And then we're going to get right to the sweet treat of the week, which is one of the cookies. And I can't wait to hear which one you picked. But here is the brand new Good
I'm gonna
Cookies.
turn up these lights. Yeah, let me turn up a few lights and then you guys can kind of see what's happening here. Yeah. So the actual our logo is it's like an orange color. So I painted an accent wall orange and then just painted around. I have a counter here.
There's your kitchen in the background.
And there's my full kitchen, and I'm a jazz head, so I love jazz. But of course, we had to start it out with the Queen, Aretha Franklin. So so definitely, and then my number one is John Coltrane. So we have over here we're gonna have high top seating over here also. This is my kitchen. So we got the full commercial kitchen. We partnered with Great Lakes Coffee.
Yes, we're very familiar with them. They do a great job.
Absolutely. So we'll be doing a little Great Lakes Coffee also. So
that's fantastic. They do a wonderful product. All right, let's get to our sweet treat of the week, Jeffrey.
Okay.
And it is obviously one of our good cookies. So which one did you pick for us?
So this is our signature cookie. This is the sugar. Well, it's a sugar cookie with lemon zest. So I actually zest fresh lemons and lemon juice. And this is the one that folks start eating it, and it's kind of like they get addicted to it. So this was the one that I really transformed. I probably changed it about 5 different times over the years. But it's the sugar with lemon zest. That's the one.
I love that. What sets your cookies apart? What makes them so special?
Well, first, all my cookies, I only make them with real ingredients. So I definitely try to make them with ingredients here in Detroit and in Michigan, being one of my favorites. I see you got a big bag of Pioneer sugar there, and Pioneer sugar, that's the only sugar I use, whether it's the granulated or the brown sugar. So, and then I'm big on getting, because I use fresh lemons, butter. I don't use oil. I mean, everything is real. So if you want to come here and you're on a diet, I'm not the place for you. So, but if you're on a diet, you can still eat them in moderation. So you don't necessarily have to eat a whole bag where it's not hard to do. So so mine, I constantly am adjusting them, because even with certain ingredients, even the ingredients you put in them, sometimes those ingredients aren't the exact same as they were the first time. So you got to always adjust them, but try to put a lot of love in them, and a lot of stuff that can make you fat. And everything is natural. I have no additives, no preservatives or anything. So I'm real anal. So when I bake my cookies, you need to get them then, because I don't allow cookies to just sit around. So once we bake them, you get them. And then once we open here, which the plan is by the end of this month, but once we open here, once we make the cookies, once they're done for that day, I don't sell them a second day, so they have to be fresh. So we make them fresh every single day.
Well, I don't think you're going to have a problem with that. I think people will be running to get these warm, fresh, delicious, and of course, good cookies from you, Jeffrey. Hey, if people want to follow along and learn how to either order online or to follow when Good Cookies brick and mortar is going to open in Northwest Detroit, where should they go?
They should go to www.justeatgoodcookies.com. And then I'm Just Eat Good Cookies on Instagram. I'll be, my address is 19007 West McNichols in North Rosedale Park. So I'm looking to be open by the end of the month, but you can always order them online, and then come pick them up. And in some areas, we will bring them to you in some small areas of Detroit. But again, it's justeatgoodcookies.com.
That's perfect, Jeffrey. Well, I can't wait to try these cookies in person. They sound absolutely amazing. And thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you very much.
That's Jeffery Gisstennar. I got it right that time, from Good Cookies in Detroit, Michigan. Thanks so much for joining us. And we have to say thank you to Michigan Sugar, makers of Pioneer Sugar, for sponsoring our sweet treat of the week. You can get more information at mlive.com.